Sky Limit gets the tick.
Good morning everyone, I'm joined here by Gai Waterhouse this morning. It's one of her favourite weekends coming up, the Epsom Handicap, which how many times have you won it now, Gai?
Oh, plenty, I'll tell you, but I plan to trifecta it this weekend, I can tell you. Got 3 live chances, really good chances, starting off with a horse called Fiden, who's been most consistent, and I planned all the way along, Tommy, that he would run in the Epsom and be very competitive. I think he's peaked right at the right moment. Often horses, as you know, because you've ridden so many winners for me, when they're peaking, they just seem to peak that week before. They really come right in themselves.
They sure do, and I guess Woodbine's another one that's peaking at the right time. It was a great win from him last start from a wide barrier, and he goes 4th up into the race.
Well, he does, and he's a very strong masculine colt, and he was very dominant at winning last Saturday. I also love horses backing up. I love horses coming off the week before, because it's really the trainer's way of saying, look, I'm delighted with the horse, he's done very well. And I think Hugh Bowman rode him yesterday in track work and said, look, he just feels terrific. Interesting also, another jockey that hasn't ridden him, because you were most impressed with the win last week, weren't you?
Yeah, look, he's a lovely colt. He's always proven to be top quality for us, and I think it's taken him a little while to mature, but I think he's just starting to mature now.
I agree with you completely. And last but not least is Liberty's Choice. And Liberty's Choice, I've liked this horse from day one. He's only won 1 race. That's the most hysterical thing. But he's been placed in many of the group races through Queensland Carnival. He was basically the bridesmaid to another horse we have in the stables called Cosmic Endeavour. He's a very handy horse, and he's good odds too.
And who do you think, what's your pick out of them? I know it's always hard to choose when you train all 3, but there's obviously got to be one going a little bit better than the other.
Nope, they're dead even, I'm telling you right now. And if you run the race 3 different times, you'd have any one of the 3 could get up and win. That's how spot on they are. It's this time of the year the 2-year-olds step out on Saturday, both in Sydney and Melbourne. The Breeders' Plate and Gimcrack Stakes and the Barrabinong Trial in Melbourne. Starting south, I have a lovely filly called Mally Rose. She's really something special, and she'll take a stack of beating in the prelude. At Randwick, in the Breeders' Plate of Vancouver, he ticks all the boxes for me. He's big, he's strong. In the fillies race, the Gimcrack, I've got 4 real live chances. Rosie Quadrille is one of the most delightful daughters of Exceed and Excel, and whatever she does this preparation, you just look out for her in the future. Themis won her trial in brilliant order. She was raced a little bit green, and that big baldy face of hers was seen coming up the straight here in the official 2-year-old trials. She runs in the Gimcrack Stakes, coming off the fastest time of any 2-year-old filly at the Randwick Trials. She'll take a stack of beating. She's got a lot of oomph, but no more so than a beautiful filly by Reduced Choice called Prevail. And Prevail wears the famous checkered green and blue of Dr. Bateman's. Prevail was most dominant in her trial and really impressed Hugh Bowman, who partners her in the Gimcrack Stakes. A filly that you probably haven't seen, but did trial about 10 days before the official heats, was Speak Fondly, a homebred of Mr. Kowenko's from Guri's stud. This daughter of Northern Meteor is something quite delightful. Chestnut with a white star, and very similar to Sweet Idea, big with a massive hindquarters. I think we could run the first 4.
And we go across the border to Melbourne, and you've got the Offer and Riker going around. How are they going along?
Well, I hope that you'll be steering them to the winner's circle, because the Offer, I'm positive, ran every bit as good as sectionals as the horse that won the race last time he ran. Fortune Teller, wasn't it?
Yes.
And the trouble is, he probably got a little bit too far back, and it just we weren't making ground. He's on his home track, Flemington. He's a big, strong gelding. He's absolutely spot on. Stephen Arnold did his final gallop the other day, and he just said he feels enormous. So it's in your hands, Tommy Berry.
He has drawn wide. We've seen him get back in his last couple of starts. Are you hoping to be close from the horse?
I certainly am hoping to be closer. I'm hoping to be closer. and then the other horse, Riker, he ran, well, you rode him the other day, he rode terrific. And he's a very, even though he's a gelding, he's a very masculine type of horse and very big and strong. And he should take a stack of beating in that race. It's a lovely race for him.
And what's his aim in this preparation? Obviously, he's a horse who we've both got a lot of time for. Is there a Group 1 in mind for him?
I don't know. I hope so. He's still being paid up for in the Cox Plate. Maybe a race like the Toorak wouldn't be beyond him. You know, Saturday will really dictate exactly which way I go with him.
And we go back to Randwick on Saturday. And we can't forget Travolta in the Metropolitan. He's been ticking along quite nice. He's a very honest stayer, and he should be nice down in the weights in the Metro.
He'll appreciate being down in the weights. He's been crucified up in the weights. You rode him in the Newcastle Gold Cup, which is a great lead up to this race, and he rode a very bold race, didn't he?
He did, and it doesn't look like it's the strongest Metropolitan we've seen this year.
Always Group 1s are very hard to win. These jockeys and people say to me, it's an easy or it's a weakish race, but I'll tell you it's always hard to win. A very interesting Group 1 race on Saturday is, of course, the Flight Stakes.
Who have you got in that game?
The filly that really grabs my attention is Echo Gal, and everyone will say, can't run the trip, can't run the distance, but I think she'll run it, and I think she'll run it with her eyes shut, and I like her enormously. I'm thrilled to announce that my sponsor of Gay TV is none other than Ranvet, and Sheridan's here to just say a few words.
Yes, thank you, Gay. We're very excited at Ranvet to be a part of Gay TV, and we've been a part of your stables for decades, helping out in the feed room and helping formulate your diet. So we're just excited to get involved in something a little bit more and be a part of Gay TV with you.
The most important thing is to tell people, you the viewers, how wonderful the feeding is and what really makes the horse. It's not just the sunlight hours that we have in Australia, it's what you put into the horse. And with Ranvet and the grains that I use, I've been able to formulate, thanks to my father and Percy Sykes, Dr. Sykes, the most wonderful Energy Plus feed for the horses, and a wonderfully balanced diet. Most important thing is that the horses don't have ulcers and that they're eating plenty, because they do plenty of work and lots of racing.